All right, here we go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Ask a Black Guy.
Slim.
And Smooth.
What episode are we on now?
This is episode 5.
Damn.
Yeah, we're there.
We're on a roll right now.
Yeah, we're there. We're here.
A lot more suggestions.
Going nowhere.
We're plowing through
We ain't
some listener topics.
All right.
We're just going to get right into it?
Let's go.
All right.
I feel like
What?
when we start the show, we should have something nice to say to the listeners. Like, I don't know, maybe like a catchphrase or you know, something nice. Like, you know how you used to watch like Mr. Rogers and he would talk to you first before he goes into his show? We should have something like that.
I don't remember Mr. Rogers. I didn't watch that a lot when I was a kid.
Wow.
Have you, you ever see that movie? The one with Tom Hanks?
No, I didn't see that.
Neither did I. I heard it was pretty good.
But I feel like you need something to like warm the audience up. You can't just jump in. It's like relations. Like you need foreplay at first. You can't just, jump in.
I think that's what we're doing right now.
You think this is terrible?
Just banter back and forth. It's comforting.
Oh, I was going to go a completely different way with what I was about to say, but you just saved it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, listen, I think sometimes people just want to get right down to business.
Let's call it quickie. We're not doing quickies here. We make love to the podcast.
I mean, but again, it depends on the mood. Sometimes I'm just trying to get down to business. Get in, get out.
I respect it.
You know?
Even quickies need foreplay.
I know listeners are the same way. Sometimes I'm driving in a car, listening to a podcast, and I'm only in there for 15 minutes. I just need a quick shot.
I'm not saying you can't get the job done in 15 minutes, but I'm just saying you still need a little, warm-up action.
Agreed.
Even if it's only for 4 minutes.
I think this is exactly what we did.
Well, it just came to me. I just thought about it. No pun intended.
Well, listen, as always, if there's any listeners that want to suggest a topic, you go to askablackguy.com and you fill out the form. It goes right to us. We'll check it out. We'll bring it up on the air, and we'll even get back to you and let you know what episode it might come up on.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. How about it? You go right to our website. There's a suggestion column. There's a tab for it.
Suggest a topic.
Suggest a topic. Send it on through. It goes straight to our email. Yep. And then we'll just go from there and get it situated.
Unless it's some real obnoxious, weird stuff. And then we'll probably even bring that up too.
Yeah, I mean, we're not. Yeah,
not gonna shy away from shit.
I agree. We'll at least talk about it, or at least address it. Or say some jackass sent us something crazy.
There's a funny one that came in, though. When I read it, it actually made me laugh. Mainly because I'm going bald.
Yeah.
And you are bald as fuck.
I am bald. I've been bald since I was 22.
So the topic was the difference between white guy baldness and black guy baldness. Now, you could go a number of different ways with this, so we could address it. Right. When I read it, the first thing that came to my mind was the way that black dudes embrace it and white guys fear it. It's their biggest fear.
Well, I mean, don't let the suaveness fool you. We don't want to go bald. I didn't want to go bald. If I had the choice to keep my hair, I probably would keep my hair. But I mean, when I was younger, now I'm comfortable. I like being bald now.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, I don't
think white dudes ever really get comfortable with it.
Let me ask you a question. How many cool ass bald head white dudes do you know?
Very few.
Yeah. If any. Name one.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go with what people that our listeners would know, I would think like maybe a Jason Statham type, like an actor who's
he's not even bald. He's got like, he is bald. He's got like that weird 5 o'clock shadow bald.
That's what I rock now.
Yeah, but he just came on like, what, 5-7 years ago?
He's been around for way longer than that.
Really? How long has he been in movies?
I don't know.
Even when you said his name, I was like, who? I was like, oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, like the transporter dude.
Yeah, but black people Like we have. First of all, let me fix this real quick because this is bothering me. Every time I get on this podcast, I forget how to talk. I say "God" and all the stuff like that when I say "have." So I'm not illiterate. I can speak. So black people, we have cool ass figures that are bald headed. First person I say, Michael Jordan, bald headed. You know exactly who he is. Charles Barkley, know exactly who he is.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I almost feel like most black dudes I know are bald. Is that true?
You don't know black people.
That's not true.
I'm the only one you know.
No. You're the only one I know on a very personal level. I'm talking about like an overarching people that I know.
Where?
From sports and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And even people that we work with.
No, there's a lot of... I'm the only black bald-headed person that you work with. Think about it.
That's true.
Exactly.
Why do I think that then?
Because you don't have any black friends. I am the only one. And this is what... So, great, because this brings me to another topic.
Oh, let's go.
That's not even on, but we're going to come back to the baldness. You know, I take being black very seriously.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, to the point where I am
take that seriously.
The only black person that a lot of my white friends know. And when I go into different environments, I am the only black person there. Like sometimes I go to trainings, I'm the only black person. I go other places, I travel for work, I'm the only black person. So I feel as though I am the representation of the entire black race.
That falls on your shoulders.
It falls on my shoulders. So if I fuck up or do some coonery bullshit, they're going to think the entire fucking black race does this because they have no experience with other black people.
How do you live like that? That's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. But I know. That's why when I see other black people fucking up, I'm like, my man, what the fuck are you doing? You're making us look bad. One white person fuck up. 2 white people fuck up. 3 white people fuck up. It don't matter because there's a shit ton of white people. Everybody interacts with white people all the time. But when you interact with a black person one time every, month? Every 2 months? That shit is detrimental based on their behavior. So when I show up, it's not me. I'm showing up for the fucking race. I got to. Because if you have one bad experience with me, if your only experience with a black person was with me, right? And I do some dumb shit, some ignorant shit, something fucking stupid, you're going to be like, well, there goes those black people. But if I do something, if I'm just a stand-up individual and I carry myself to the highest standards, and it might not even be you, but if months later somebody starts talking shit like, oh, black people, blah, 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 you'd be like, no, I know a black dude that was cool as shit and blah, 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 and got his shit together. So, not all black people, maybe the people you came across. So that...
And I've been in that scenario.
Yeah, well, I'll say, there you go. Situation. It's subconsciously, that fucks with me.
Well, but you're doing a good job because I was like, I know this dude.
I tried.
I got this guy smooth.
Exactly.
He's my man.
I tried. But that was a sidebar. I didn't even mean to go there.
I have so many thoughts on what you just said there, though.
Oh, but bro, this shit runs deep. It bothers me.
It's heavy.
It bothers me for years. Like years. I'm used to being like the only black guy around. Like, especially when I go out west and Midwest and all that shit like that.
Is it a lonely feeling? I mean, aside from the pressure.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's lonely. I'm used to it by now. But this is why when black people see other black people where black people aren't normally at, we're always kind of got that instant connection. Like, we don't say it. We just look at each other and give each other the head nod. And it's kind of like, oh, shit, my man. What's up? It's like, but we don't say it. We're like, outside, we're like, hey, what's up? But our looks say, God damn, my man, look at you. We in this bitch. And then we just go.
But now, does that happen in the middle of Philadelphia or an urban area? Or would that, would you know what? Get that feeling?
It can happen.
Or let me finish. Do you get that feeling more like if you were in, I don't know, the middle of Wyoming and you saw another black dude, obviously it would weigh heavier there.
Oh, it would kick in Wyoming. It kicks in Philadelphia, but it's more in subsections. Mm-hmm. Like, so if there's a place, like, you know, if you got like a really ritzy area or predominantly like, you know, let's say with the income is like 100,000 plus or something fancy, you know what I mean? Or you see somebody like you know, like you're in an area that's like fancy as shit, or you're in a job that's like that demands a lot of. Yeah, this is normally dominated by white people, or
and then you see another black dude. You'll give him a head nod.
Or even another minority. It's like,
what's up?
All right, motherfucker, we on the mat. Yeah, you get that instant connection. It's like if you was the only white dude at a black club, right? Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
and you see another white dude over there, and he's fucking like he's killing shit, and he's like, oh, this guy's got that vibe, and y'all make eye contact. You're like. Hey, homie. Like, you're like, we're good.
Hey, what's up, player?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the show. That's that shit. But yeah, it's like you get that.
Hello, like, homie.
Hello, Stanley. How are you?
We up in the club.
No, well, I'm just saying, but whatever. But you know, you get that connection. Like, damn, all right, it's nice. All right. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like how women are. You know, if you see, let me fix it. Well, fuck it. Like, you know, if you see a woman that's a CEO, you know, and another woman who's just starting in the company walked into the boardroom and she sees that the lady's in charge in a field dominated by men, is like, oh shit, okay. Then you can connect with that. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's nice to be able to form a connection with positivity.
Refreshing.
Something positive. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like that. That's all it is. Not that we're attacking the white man. I don't want the white man to feel like he's under attack.
That was a good
but
digression.
They are white. Let's be honest. The white man is under attack in America today. It is what it is, and unfortunately, it's not. A lot of it isn't his fault. It's the behaviors of his fathers and forefathers. But
we're paying that price now.
You're paying the price. Which is fucked up. It's like, and what it is, and this is gonna sound fucked up, it's like having bad credit. You don't pay your fucking bills, what's gonna happen? Creditors gonna come after your ass. Your credit score is gonna drop. So white men, social credit scores are dropping, and the collectors are calling your asses. It is not funny because it's frustrating. Like I said, some of my good friends are white. And I see this shit that goes down.
Expand on that.
I mean, I wasn't prepared to talk about this topic, so I haven't really done too much research. But you know, like, let's see. I don't know. I don't have a specific example, but you know, I'm talking about like
in general.
Yeah, in general, like white men feel like they're being under attack, like they can't really. That's why I don't want to get political. Fuck it. Well, that's why a lot of them go straight for Trump. Like, oh, Trump. Well, we're going to get our country back. You never lost it, man. We're just leveling the fucking playing field. That's all.
We lost it. That's what you said?
No, I said you never lost it. We're just leveling the playing field. Slim is white, if y'all don't know. Y'all should have saw his face when I was like, when he thought I said they lost the country. He's like, we lost it.
What happened here?
No, I was just fucking with you, man. No, but that was a tangent that went to another tangent.
Well, that's how this show works.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. You want to bring it back around, though?
Yeah, bring it back to
the baldness.
Baldness, yeah. So the thing is, I mean, like I said, I've been bald since I was 22, and I saw myself going bald when I was getting my haircuts. I used to get my haircuts every week, and if I go 2 weeks, I can start seeing little light spots. I'm like, all right, well, fuck this. I'm not playing games. I'm just gonna take it down, and I took it off bald, and I was cool. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have that. So white people, like you guys, if you got like a lot of hair, like when you go bald, like it's weird because your face, your head is one complexion, and the top of your head is like pale fucking white.
Pale white.
And you look like a skinhead.
Yeah. Well,
so it's kind of.
Isn't that where that term kind of came from, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, we look cool. You guys look like skinhead.
I mean, I gotta be honest. When I first noticed that I was balding, pure panic. I mean,
really? Why?
it's just this guttural, sickening feeling. It's horrible. But then I just was like, fuck it. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna buzz my head. And that's how I live now, like a 5 o'clock shadow.
You see,
I don't bick it.
See, I bick mine.
See, I think white dudes, you got to have a really perfect shaped head for a white dude to look normal.
Well, black people the same way. You can't just bald any fucking head. You can shave some heads bald, and it's like, bro, you need to figure something out. That ain't gonna work for you. But you guys also got toupees, though. You have toupees.
It's horrible.
People still do it.
I know,
but you know what's cool?
Horrible option.
You know what's cool? What I do find is cool about white people with bald heads. You guys can rock the George Jefferson better than black people can rock the George Jeffersons. Like you get the white dude with the balding down the middle, classic balding down the middle, but he's got hair all on the side and down the sideburns, and that looks normal.
That's what's fucked up. You understand? Nobody wants to look like that.
But that's normal. That looks
that's
normal.
What's fucked up. The fact that you think it's normal. Just like I think black dudes with bald heads is normal. And in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, like if I see a black dude with a full head of hair, I'm like, that dude looks a little weird. Because I'm so used to seeing you, because I know you, I spend a lot of time with you, you're bald.
Yeah, well.
I wonder if that's just like...
I mean, I do wear a lot of hats too.
Reaction. So. You wear hats a lot.
Mm-hmm. So,
but I feel like black guys can pull off a bald, big head a lot better than a white dude.
I think it's all about confidence too.
It is. I mean, that has a lot to do with it.
Yo, how you feel? It. You got to own it.
Like you can't be the guy who has a comb over.
No,
right?
You got to let that shit go.
You can't do that.
You're trying to hold on to something you don't have anymore.
Yeah, black dudes can't comb over, can they?
No,
that's not really a thing.
I mean,
can it?
I mean, we know it's a comb over. Who are you fooling? You could probably, you know what it is? It's probably when dudes first find out that they're balding, they can get away with a comb over, but it gradually gets worse. But they don't see it because they look at it every day, so they can't tell the progression of the baldness.
Right.
So they've been combing over all of a sudden, 15 years. Till one day, it's Cecil just pulling one fucking strand of hair over his head. Like,
looks ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you know, it happens.
All I know is that it's a sad day when a man loses his hair. Do you think black guys feel the same way?
I don't know, but I tell you what, I have gotten more attention, female attention, being bald than I ever have since I had my hair. And that could just be maybe they could just be me from being 22, maturing, and I'm 37 now, like over the years. But I knew it was almost immediately, like I'll get more attention bald headed than I did when I had hair.
You've been bald ever since I know you. When did you go bald?
Like 22. I shaved it bald. Like I started losing. I was like, I'm not playing this game. I just fucking took it off.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, baldness, you want me? Come get me, bitch.
I played the game for like 2 years and then I said enough was enough.
Okay, for what?
I know. And I still had like short hair. It wasn't like I had long, weird hair with a bald spot.
And you still got hair now. Oh.
Yeah, but this is long. I'm overdue.
Oh. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I thought that going bald was saving me money for haircuts. It cost me more.
Why is that?
Because the razors are like $30 for a pack. And that's like a pack of 8.
Oh.
And then I got to shave every 2 days. If I don't I can go 2 days without shaving. I should be shaving every day. I can go 2 days without shaving. 3 days is like, oh, bro, you're not bald by choice. Like, I can see it. 4 days is like, whoa, what are you doing? 5 days is like, oh, we need to get this guy some help. So he clearly, he's giving up on life. Because I'll get the whole...
It's a lot of work.
I get the whole George Jefferson thing. Like, it'll grow around the sides and won't grow on the top.
I just buzz it once a week.
No, I got to shave it down. I got to shave. And then I got my beard, too. So, boy, I keep saying, God, what the hell is wrong with my vernacular? I use a big word. Vernacular. Spell it. Vernacular. That's all I got. So I mean, I shaved, but it's cool because I shaved my head, shaved my beard, Here's what it is. Keep it together. I try to, but I still go to the barber.
But you do agree. I think overall, black dudes pull off a bald head better.
Yeah, I would have to say yeah.
Right?
I would have to say yeah.
I remember I had a conversation with you years ago. I don't even know if you remember this. We were talking about this, actually. I don't know if it was bald heads. It was more about facial hair. Do you remember this?
I do remember.
I don't even remember. I might get this wrong.
We're talking about mustaches.
So, yeah, it was about mustaches. So correct me if I get it wrong. But
guys, this was in like 2000, what? 12, 13? Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
So I can't even remember how it come up. Maybe was it because I was saying that it might have been an Ask a Black Guy question, honestly, from way back in the day. Yeah. Well, I said, why is it that most black guys will have facial hair? Mm-hmm. And your explanation was what it is?
I said black guys without a mustache are equivalent to white dudes with a mustache. You just look pervy as fuck.
You said child molester.
Yeah, you look a child molester. Yeah, well, pervy child molester.
Yeah.
So the nickname is, if you shave all your hair off on your face, they will call you Chester the Molester.
You're saying that. You're saying the black community.
Black people will call it. Well, when I grew up, as like a young adult, so my
shaven
19s to 26 to 27, if you shave all your face off, two things. They'll call you Chester Molester, or they'll say you look like a cop. Like, oh, this guy's definitely a cop. He's got no facial hair. That's what it said. So that's what it is.
I always remember that.
And only people who do grow mustaches, like black people, we grow mustaches. But white dudes with only a mustache, that looks weird. Like, what are you, a firefighter from the 80s? Like, it looks weird because they got this bushy ass mustache.
I don't know if you've noticed it. That's coming back right now. That's like a thing.
With the hipsters.
Yeah, with the hipsters. Well, even beyond hipsters, just normal dudes walking around. Dads. Yeah, they all got mustaches now. I just noticed it today.
Yeah, because white dads set trends now.
Dude, watch out. We
the attack of the suburban fathers. We're setting shit. We're trendsetters
Fashion
now.
Trends.
What did you call them? What do you call a white suburban dad?
I don't know if we have a name.
We should come up with a nickname for white suburban dads. What would you call them? What would you call them?
I have no idea. I honestly don't even know where we're going with this right now.
I don't know. I just popped in my head. Like, what would you call them?
I don't know. Sheldon, think about it.
Can I say this on the show? You got the moms, MILFs, soccer moms.
That's sexual, though.
That is what it is.
Okay.
Soccer moms, MILFs.
Mm-hmm.
That's two. I can think of.
Well, there's DILFs. I've heard of DILFs.
I heard of DILF, but they just stole that from MILF, from American Pie. Like that, I don't really give them an account. I don't really give them that. So. Nah, fuck that. Yeah.
You can't do that. You gotta say it now.
No,
unless it's stupid.
It was this one dude I used to work with, older white dude. He was a Marine. You know him. I won't say his name. Mm-hmm. He was cool as shit. I love this dude, hands down. He's like one of the best people I ever met in my life. But apparently he was it. He was like like the guy. Like, chicks loved this dude. They called him a DILF. Like, they called him a DILF. Dude ran like 5-6 miles every day. He wasn't like built, but he had a decent physique. He's a decent looking dude. But chicks, I mean, women, like, they just fell like right down at him. Like, and I don't know how else to say. I'm not trying to objectify women. I'm not trying to treat them as like sex objects now. But I swear, like, I would watch this, and he was the most humble. Can I say humblest? Is humblest the word?
I don't think so.
He was the most humble guy I have ever met in my life. It's like I don't know, but women would fall head over heels for this dude. Like, I watch women throw themselves at, and I'm sitting there like, I don't get it. He was a decent looking dude, but I'm like,
I'm trying to think of who he is.
He was from a place, I used to work at before. We'll talk about it all here because I don't want to put names out there.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But I was like, bro, look. And he was so humble. He's married. He's got kids. Like a stand-up gentleman. Like, he would tell him like, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. He was bashful. Like, like, bro, you know what kind of power you have? And it was refreshing to see a dude that was like,
I'm not sure you don't want to fuck this dude. You clearly got a man crush on this guy.
Why would you take it there?
I'm just saying.
I'm just
listening
trying
to your voice right now. It's high pitched. You're flush in the face. You got a crush on this dude.
All I'm trying to do is pay homage to my man. He was a DILF. Clearly. That's what they said. They called him a DILF. So I was like, oh, all right, there you go. That's a DILF. So I mean, he was a cool ass dude. He was a guy's guy. Like, he was cool.
I get it. He's a good dude.
He's a good fucking dude. I like him a lot. So, and go fuck yourself. Oh, bang that dude. What kind of shit is that?
You're trying to get heavy right now because there's a pretty heavy topic next.
Is it? Oh, there you go. Go for it. You want the heartbeat sensor?
No.
So when we add in,
you introduce the topic. How about you do this?
Well, it's right next on the list. I don't have to choose it. We literally wrote it down. So it's like,
I'm saying you go with it.
Do you want the heartbeat to come in?
No. How are you going to do the heartbeat and introduce the topic?
I don't know why you don't like that. That's so cool.
Oh, it's so dumb.
All right. Slim doesn't like that, so we're off of it. All right. Well, the next topic. Oh, can we come up with a name for our listeners?
No,
we can't. Like the audience, like Hulk Hogan had the Hulkamaniacs. No. You can't come up with like.
It's too early. We're only in episode 5, bro. How about we get some listeners first?
I'm just saying. Fine, whatever. All right, so the next topic is I don't even know how to. Like, do we ask, or we just bring it up? Like, oh, this is the topic.
Just say it. Say the topic.
All right. The next topic is.
It was posed to us as a question.
It was what was the question?
Is it relevant?
It's affirmative action. Is it relevant? Is it necessary?
As it used to be.
As it used to be. Do we need it now? So I'm kind of like half and half. Is it necessary?
Well, what are your thoughts on it in general?
I think it's necessary. I think we need to keep it. Is it as relevant now? I would say it's probably not as relevant because people have gotten the idea now that you can't just have a good old boys club. Like, you gotta first of all, I'm all about hiring the most qualified person, period. It just is what it hire the most qualified person. Black, white, Spanish, Chinese,
so race,
Asian.
Shouldn't play a role at all if there's a more qualified person than another. You had two identical people.
I agree. Yes. Race should not play a role. But the problem is, or the problem stems from, like we said before, we're going to say like the white man feel like he's under attack in the country because like the creditors are coming for his ass. Affirmative action, that's a creditor. Because shit wasn't done the right way in earlier in times.
And now we're going to force it.
So it's basically, you can't be right on your own and do the moral right thing. Then we're going to put our foot in your ass and make you do it. And that was affirmative action. Now, is it as bad today as it was in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? Probably not, but I can't speak on that. I don't have the data to speak on that.
This is a word or a phrase I don't even hear that much anymore. I remember hearing a lot about it in the 90s and then maybe even the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard the word affirmative action, honestly, till I saw this in quite a while.
Well, I would say that's a good thing.
Is it used in the corporate world still? Is it used in?
I'm pretty sure it's probably still. I'm probably still used in the corporate world, but
I don't want to know that. If anybody is in HR or hires people, is this a thing that's talked about? Is it a topic that's brought up in your career? Because I haven't heard about it recently.
I would think that we are more progressive as a society.
I think so too.
To the point where we don't have to constantly address it, but it is still there for a reason. because we can easily slip back. I think, especially now in today's climate. I don't care what anybody says. I am not a Trump fan. I am not a Trump supporter at all. He is the president of the United States. He will have my respect that their office demands. But, and this is my personal opinion, and this is probably a lot of opinions of a lot of minorities in this country. You're going to be hard pressed to find a minority that is a Trump supporter, because that guy makes it seem like it's cool to attack people who aren't white and people who are minorities. And a lot of minority people feel like that. So when we see, when I'm talking about, minorities, black people, me specifically, and I know this isn't a blanket statement. Let me fucking put that out there, because it's not everybody. But when we see Trump supporters, if you support Trump, that's what you support. His bigotry, his racism, and all that shit. That's what we see it. That's how we see it. And people might say that they support different things, but this is one of the reasons why the supporters of each party's butt heads a lot.
There's so much to unpack there. I can't even look at you and take you seriously right now.
Why?
First of all, I'm not going to get into a huge Trump debate because I don't want to get wildly political on this show, because I think it's pretty clear Smooth and I probably disagree on a lot of political fronts.
Which is absolutely fine.
But I would like you to substantiate your Trump bigotry and race comments that he's made that you assign directly to him that says that he's a racist. Because I think
never said he was racist.
I think you're off base there. You're saying he supports it, and if I support Trump, then I would support. Then you're looking at me like I'm a racist.
No.
And
No. I'm not saying that you specifically are.
You said minorities.
First of all, I didn't say racist. I didn't say racist. I didn't say racist. What I said was his bigotry and his bullshit and how he treats other races.
You saying that reflects on me? If
you support him, it's like, I'm not saying that you personally follow that specific agenda, but when we look at Trump supporters, it's all wrapped into one. It's like you can't pick and choose. It's like, I mean, you can pick and choose all you want, but when we look at it, it's like, this is the whole, oh, you're a Trump supporter. What do I know about Trump? This is what stands out about him to me. So when you say you support him, that's what stands out to him about me. So I'm like, oh, well, you support that too then. Right? I mean, obviously you probably would say no, but that's how I would look at it.
Right.
That's how a lot of other people who aren't Trump supporters
look at it. But that's a pretty small-minded way to look at that, though, is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying, well, I wouldn't call it small-minded. I wouldn't call it small-minded because it's my personal feelings on the matter of the man based on his actions, how he talks, how he speaks, how he treats people, and what he's shown me. So I wouldn't call it small-minded.
See, I look at policy. I look at what, from a selfish standpoint, and everybody does this with politics, what benefits you, right? I like money in my pocket.
I do like money in my pocket.
Fiscal conservative.
Don't get me wrong.
He's moderate socially, that kind of thing. I don't like the man. I'm not saying I want to go hang out with Trump or Trump. And I would think that a lot of people who voted for Trump would say this. I'm not trying to be Trump's best friend, but I like his policies, right?
Now, if you ask me if Trump was good for the economy, I would say, yeah.
Does he put money in your pocket? You can't deny that.
He did help. What, money in my pocket?
Yeah. He cut taxes, tax cuts, things like that.
Let me be honest with you. The tax cuts, maybe I'm just ignorant and I don't know about it, but I can't see where that affected my life, where this tax cuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I can't see where it is affecting my life at all. In my paycheck or nothing. I just can't.
It was minor. But I'm
not like, but like I said, he got in and he did shit for big business and his friends and shit like that, which all politicians are shady as hell. And I'm not going to put him underneath the bus like he's the only one that's ever done some shit. Like, no, I'm not going to play that game. But the only thing I can say is that foreigners like him. Foreign business people like him. He was good for the stock market. He was good for the stock market. Mm-hmm. Before the whole Corona thing, he was good for the stock market. Other than that, I can't say what else he was good for besides them. I can't say because I see the way I'm a big person. Like you can have policies in place Mm-hmm. You can mean well, but the way you treat your fellow man and how you treat people, especially people who are in need, is how I'm not saying judge you because I'm not better than anybody. I'm not here to judge people, but I'm a big people person. And when you can't treat your fellow man with decency and respect, you lose a lot of respect with me. So, like I said, I respect the office. I respect the position. I respect the title of the president. But the person itself, I don't think he's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to come off
stand-up guy?
I just don't like the way...
Presidential?
I just don't like the way he treats people and talks to people. And the office that he holds, you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. If Obama... I'm a big Obama supporter. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm a registered Democrat. I like to think I'm a moderate. I'm not far left. I'm not far right. There's some things on the Democrat side that I think that they are right about. And there's some things on the Democrat side that I think they're wrong about. Same thing with the Republicans. There's some things that they say that I like. I'm right on board with. And there's some things that I'm like, a little too far. I just feel unnecessary that we have to draw a hard line in the sand and say, this is where I'm at. This is my life. I'm not moving. I think we should just be able to compromise. That's what life is about. But if Obama, and this is just the hypocrisy of the country.
I'm just going to turn my mic off.
If Obama would have did not even half, just one of the things that Trump did in office, he would be obliterated. Not even in office, on a campaign trail. Just one thing, he would be gone. Gone. Do you agree with that or no?
Oh, sorry, I got to turn my mic back on. I can talk now?
You got me on a rant. I got on a rant. I'm sorry.
You're very passionate about this.
Because, I'm all about, treating people fairly, man. Treating people with respect. I don't care if you're
I'm about the same thing.
Boy.
Isn't that what's funny?
Yeah.
We're about the same thing.
Yeah.
You could come at it from two different angles. You could support two different people and still have the same agenda. I think that's where a lot of people lose that perspective and the divisiveness that comes up from this kind of stuff. Yeah. Particularly race, actually, which is why I like the show. I think that's why we do a bit of a service when we answer these types of questions, right?
I agree.
I mean, I think affirmative action to me, and this might go back to even another topic that we talked about, but if I felt like if I put myself in a black man's shoes and I went in for a job, okay, and I said, I have the exact same qualifications as this white guy that's also applying for the same job, but I got the job just for being black, would that be insulting? And I feel like I almost feel like that would be insulting. But that's just me trying to put myself in those shoes. Yeah. Do you think that there's any truth to that?
No, it definitely would be insulting. But I want the job because I'm the better candidate.
No, not better candidate. You didn't hear the scenario was you said two identical candidates.
Oh, no, I get that. But I mean, it has to come down to something. At the end of the day, as long as it's not race, like, what is the reason? Like, what is the reason? Like,
what do you mean?
Two identical candidates, somebody's got to do something just a little bit better.
Well, because affirmative action is in place. So you go, okay, the black man will get the job.
No.
Is there an insulting aspect to that?
The affirmative action was put in place that you could hire equally or better qualified. So what was happening was there was a white guy and there was a black guy. They were both showing up to interview. The black guy was more qualified for the job than the white guy, but because the white guy knew the supervisor or was friends with somebody else, they would get the job over them overqualified black dude. And when you look at the numbers,
that's nepotism. That's different.
No. Nepotism is family
or friendship. I mean, it can go either way.
Well, the problem was that people were hiring, people who were less qualified than the other people. And are there black people who are more qualified than white people? Yes, there absolutely are. Well, are there white people who are more qualified than black people? Yes, there absolutely are.
Of course.
But that was the problem. The problem was they weren't getting their fair share. So the government had to step in and like, yo, no, you got to fucking be fair. Like, if this guy's more qualified, hire him. I don't mind losing. If you and I go for a job interview, and not because we're friends, if you're more qualified than me and I don't get the job, I'm going to ask the employer, yo, why didn't I get it? Why didn't I get it? Like, what does this guy have over me? And then if he lays it out and you're more qualified than me, then damn, good for you. You got me beat. Now I'm going to go make myself better. Now, if I go for another job and I lose that job and I ask, what does this guy have over me? And if I'm more qualified than him, why'd you pick him?
Right. Well, and that's what
was it?
And that was affirmative action was put in place.
That's where affirmative action kicks in. Because people weren't doing
all right,
the right thing.
But go back to my scenario. Let's just say that was a scenario. I mean, it's highly unlikely and logistically doesn't make sense. But let's say you have an identical resume. Mm-hmm. One's a white guy, one's a black guy. That's the only discernible difference after interviews. Mm-hmm. And the two guys are looking at this and say, listen, you know, we got to go with the black guy because he's a minority.
No, not the case.
No, what?
Not the case.
No. I'm saying I just admitted that would never happen in real life. Mm-hmm. But I think this is the way a lot of people see affirmative action. I think this is how it's viewed.
If people see affirmative action,
would that be insulting? Well, to the black man almost.
No,
that gets the job.
No, because you're equally qualified, and the reason that they picked you, if they say it's because you were black, that's terrible on them, and that's them not using affirmative action in the proper way, and they need to educate yourself on what the affirmative action was put in place to do.
I mean, this is happening in a vacuum, right? Like you know everything is open on the table. You would obviously not know what's going on behind the scenes when you actually choose. But,
yeah, well, I mean, you can't. Well, he would never know that, so he would never feel bad about it. But what I'm saying is,
would you? If you did know,
I would say shame on the employer for not knowing how to use the affirmative action system.
No. I'm just saying, would you feel if you were that guy? Would it be insulting that you got the job based?
Because I was equally qualified as that other guy. The fact that they used the fact that I was black was on them. They could have brought us both in and said, you know what? I like Smooth personality just a little bit better than I like this other guy. Or I like the way Smooth answered this question just a little bit better than this other guy.
I like his sexy ass bald head.
Exactly. Just a little. Well, no, not looks, because that's how you get in trouble. that is a EEO complaint waiting to fucking happen. That is discrimination. See, this is why affirmative action. That is the discrimination suit waiting to happen. But no, it can be something. It can just be something like, you know what, this guy just, or we can be equally qualified, but this guy might not be a people person. I'm a people person. What's your business? You have a lot of customer interaction, or that guy could be a numbers guy.
Well, you could be any number of things. You got to stick with my scenario. That's all. That's all.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
The responsible thing, no, I wouldn't feel bad because I'm equally as qualified. The fact that you chose me based on a decision that had nothing to do with my skill sets is a fault that falls upon your head and not mine. I did everything on my end to make sure I was qualified to compete with the next person that was standing next to me. Mm-hmm. And it was so good that you had a hard time making a decision. And the fact that was your basis to hire me was because I was black and not white versus the other guy, is shame on you.
Let's see. Was that hard to ask or answer that scenario?
That's all. Well, I had to lay it out. It was an onion. You had to unpack that shit.
You were going all kinds of rabbit holes there.
That was a very,
what if scenario.
It was a very complex question.
Affirmative action was I feel like it's a heavy topic. Maybe it isn't anymore. I don't know.
I don't think it's a big deal anymore.
I don't think it is either.
I don't think. But you know what? So the problem. So you can look at it like it still happens. Affirmative action needs to be in place because you look at the unions especially in Philly, who gets hired in the union. There's a shit ton of nepotism in the unions. Who works? Frank works there. He gets his boy Jimmy, who brings his brother Johnny in, who brings his cousin Joe in, and they all got union jobs. And it's like, you're not hiring. Let's.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say
let's
that.
back off of that a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Black dudes in a union.
I'm just as just an example.
I know.
Like, there's a, that's where, all right, well, it was created for shit like that.
Well, listen, you said it all. You got political.
I don't like political. Trump fans, I have no problems with you. I have some black friends that are Trump playing. Trump. I can't even.
Calm down.
Blah. I have black friends who are Trump fans, and I give them like no shit. I just ask questions. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Republican, but I do have a lot of Republican people that I follow and I find interesting and I admire, like Ben Shapiro. I'm a big fan of Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Big fan. I like the way he debates. I like the way he articulates his argument.
You know who I like?
Candace Owens.
Love Candace Owens.
I like Candace Owens.
Love Candace Owens.
I like Candace Owens too. I like she's very articulate. I like how she slows the conversation down. I like how she redirects the argument. I like how she takes control. I'm a fan of Candace Owens too. I don't agree with a lot of shit she says.
But politics are personal. And this is where I think a lot of people, it gets lost in the weeds a bit when you start debating politics or talking about it. Politics are very personal. Mm-hmm. People get wrapped up in it, and typically very selfish points of view. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what makes politics interesting. Everybody has a different perspective on it. And I think that gets lost in all the noise, and everyone's different. So everyone's going to have a little bit of a different view. Right. And it's going to have a selfish bent to it. What's going to benefit me? Because it's my vote, right?
Which I get.
And I think everyone would do much better. And I think be more accepting of other people's points of view if they thought like that. It's just
I agree.
Their selfish bent to it.
That's why I don't understand how people draw on both sides, Republican and Democrat, draw a hard line in the sand and say, I'm not crossing this line.
Yeah.
If somebody can make you see,
you'll never get anything done.
Things from a different point of view, that's how you grow as a person. That's how you learn. Really? We're not trying to change your mind, but just just trying to get you to see things from a different viewpoint. Mm-hmm.
That's all it's about.
That's all it is.
That's all we can do. Are you ready to step down from your soapbox now?
Man,
we always learn something from Smooth.
Soapbox. I'm not on a soapbox. I can get on a soapbox. I got a little passionate. I get a little passionate. I'm a fucking talker. That's what I do. Talk. Got a lot of pent up shit on the inside.
Tough guy. So tough.
I'm not. You said tough guy? I'm not a tough guy. I mean, my father used to tell this joke. He said, I'm not a tough guy. But people who think they're tough, don't fuck with me. But he didn't curse. My father doesn't curse. But
he's a preacher.
Yeah, but it's just so cool. My dad he's so real. It's just cool. He tells me a lot of stuff in life that
That's a pretty badass thing to say.
Yeah, I'm not a tough guy. But people who think they're tough, don't mess with me.
And on that note, let's end this episode. Please let us know what you think. AskABlackGuy.com. Leave a comment, make a suggestion. Visit our topic of the week.
Yep.
Let us know what you think about that. Anything else?
Check out our webpage. We're in episode 5 now, so it's up and running. Just go back to the webpage and check out our stuff.
Click on it. It'll direct you over to Apple
or
Podcast.
iTunes, or what is Spotify, or Google Play. You can find us all over the place.
Yep.
So,
all right,
check it out.
Let us know what you think.
Check it out.
Until next time.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna figure out a cool name to call y'all too. I don't even know. Ask a Black Guyers. No, what do we call it? We gotta figure out something.
Stupid.
Do we need to play out music? So long, farewell.
All right, I'm ending this before it gets weirder.
Until we meet